When the jet touched down on the quiet runway of Rosebridge Town, Marcus Hale exhaled a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding. Years of living in Dubai's glittering world of investment towers and gold-trimmed offices had hardened him, polished him, and exhausted him all at once. But returning home, returning to the sprawling estate where he had raised his son, felt like stepping into a past life. He had left abruptly, chasing a business opportunity that promised to triple his fortune. And it had, but success came with a cost. 5 long years of absence, the steady cooling of father-son conversations over video calls, and a painful uncertainty about whether the boy he had left behind still saw him as Dad. A black SUV waited for him outside the private terminal. His driver, Wilson, stepped out and greeted him with a smile that hadn't aged a day. "Welcome home, Mr. Hale. Good to be back," Marcus murmured, sliding into the back seat. "How's everything at the house?" Wilson paused. "Different, but good, sir." Different. That word lodged in Marcus's chest. Let's see just how different. The Hale estate appeared at the end of the long road lined with maple trees. He'd forgotten how massive the house looked from afar, stones imported from France, windows taller than a man, and a facade that whispered wealth even to those trying not to listen. The front door opened the moment the SUV pulled up. Not with staff lining up in stiff formation, as they used to, but with a warmth that surprised him. The housekeeper, Mrs. Dunley, white-haired, sharp as a pin, hurried forward, nearly tripping over her own shoes. "Mr. Hale, oh, thank heavens, the house will finally be complete again." Marcus laughed. "I was gone, not dead." "You might as well have been," she scolded. "Your son has been pacing all morning waiting for you." "Where is he?" "In the kitchen." She hesitated, pushing her glasses up her nose. "With the new maid." Something in her tone hinted at a story she wasn't ready to tell. Marcus raised a brow but didn't pry. Instead, he crossed the grand foyer, his footsteps echoing against the marble floor until he reached the one place he'd always loved most, the kitchen. Warm, lived in, smelling faintly of cinnamon and fresh bread. When his wife was alive, it had been her sanctuary. He stepped into the doorway. And froze. His son, tall now, almost grown, wearing a plain t-shirt dusted with flour, stood beside a young black woman in a blue maid's uniform. She held a mixing bowl, laughing softly at something his son had said, and when she laughed, her eyes crinkled in a way that felt genuine. Disarming. They both whipped their heads toward him. "Dad, Mr. Hale." The bowl nearly slipped from the young woman's hands. Marcus blinked. This is the different part, he realized. His son, Ethan, reached him first, pulling him into an awkward but tight embrace. Marcus's chest squeezed. His boy felt taller, stronger, older. "Welcome home," Ethan said. "It's good to be home." Marcus glanced past him at the maid. "And who is this?" Ethan turned, clearing his throat. "This is Maya." She straightened nervously, both hands clasping the bowl like a shield. "Good afternoon, Mr. Hale." Her voice was warm, steady despite her clear embarrassment. She couldn't have been older than 22. Her skin was a deep, even brown, her hair tied back neatly, though a few curls had escaped. A smudge of flour sat on her cheek, and Ethan reached up instinctively to brush it off. Marcus's eyebrows shot up. Maya stepped back, flustered. I was just helping Ethan with the bread," she explained. "He likes to bake when he's stressed. Or happy. Or bored." Ethan groaned. "Maya." Marcus stared between them. They looked guilty. Too guilty. For just flour and dough. But instead of erupting, he took a slow breath. He had walked into worse deals and more suspicious atmospheres than this. He could handle his own son and a maid. Maya set the bowl down decisively on the counter. "I'll leave you two to talk." Before she could dart away, Marcus spoke softly. "No need to run. You work here. You're part of the home." Maya nodded, attempting a polite smile before slipping out of the kitchen. Silence hung. Marcus leaned on the counter. "Well, I've been here 5 minutes and already feel like I've interrupted something." Ethan groaned again and covered his face with his hands. "Dad, please don't make it weird." Marcus bit back a smile. "Should I not be concerned that the moment I get home, I find you baking with the maid, looking like you two were caught stealing cookies from your grandmother?" "We weren't stealing anything." "Then why did she look ready to drop that bowl and sprint out the back door?" Ethan blew out a long breath and slid onto a stool. "Because, it's complicated. Try me." Marcus sat across from him. "I've managed hostel boards, collapsing markets, and 5 years of long-distance fatherhood. I can handle, complicated. Ethan hesitated, chewing on his bottom lip. A habit from childhood. Maya's different, he said quietly. How so? She listens. She laughs at my terrible jokes. She doesn't treat me like the millionaire's son. When you're gone for years and the house feels too big and too empty, someone like her makes it feel less lonely. Marcus felt that like a punch. I didn't know you felt lonely, he admitted. You didn't ask. That second punch landed harder. He swallowed. And the two of you. You. Ethan met his eyes firmly. I like her. A lot. But I don't want to make her uncomfortable. She's new, Dad. She's working. There are lines. Marcus nodded slowly. Are you sure she's uncomfortable? Because from where I stood, she didn't look scared of you. Just scared of me. Ethan snorted. You did appear like some sort of billionaire phantom in the doorway. Marcus exhaled a soft laugh. Fair enough. Later that afternoon, after showering and settling into his old study, Marcus found himself pacing. Memories hung in every corner of the house, but now there was a new presence, a new quiet energy that he couldn't quite place. He needed to meet Maya properly. He found her in the backyard tending to his late wife's abandoned herb garden. The rosemary had grown wild, the mint had nearly taken over, and she was in the middle of pruning everything back with steady, thoughtful hands. You're good with plants, he said gently. She startled, turning quickly. Mr. Hale, I didn't see you. I'm sorry, I should have asked before. No, he raised a hand. Thank you for taking care of it. My wife planted this years ago. It's nice to see it loved again. Maya relaxed slightly. It's beautiful. I couldn't leave it dying. He nodded. I owe you an apology. Her brows furrowed. For what? For making you uncomfortable earlier. He tucked his hands into his pockets. I didn't mean to. She hesitated. I just didn't expect Ethan to touch my face like that in front of you. So he does touch your face often. Her cheeks flushed. He smudges flour everywhere. I can't work with him without cleaning something off. Marcus couldn't help chuckling. I want you to know, he said softly, that I'm not the type to dictate my son's relationships. But I care that he's treated well. And I care that you're comfortable. I am, she murmured. Ethan is kind, and patient, and he talks to me like I'm a real person. A friend. Marcus tilted his head. You don't have many people treat you that way. Her eyes flickered down. Not in every place I've worked. That told him enough. I'm glad he treats you well, Marcus said gently. You deserve that. She met his gaze then, steady, honest, and unexpectedly brave. Thank you. Over the next week, Marcus watched quietly. Observed. Learned. He saw the way Ethan lit up when Maya entered a room. The way Maya relaxed around Ethan as if she could finally breathe. The small things, inside jokes, shared chores, accidental touches, that revealed a bond budding beneath the surface. There was no exploitation, no wrongdoing, just two young adults connecting in a house that had forgotten warmth. One night, as Marcus stood on the balcony overlooking the moonlit garden, Ethan joined him. Dad, he began softly. If Maya and I ever become something, would you be okay with it? Marcus looked at his son, truly looked at him. Not the boy he had left behind, but the man he had become. I would be okay, he said. As long as you treat her with respect. As long as it's mutual. As long as you understand that love, real love, isn't about power or status. Ethan breathed out, relieved. I do understand. Marcus placed a hand on his shoulder. Then I'm proud of you. He found Maya in the kitchen early the next morning, kneading dough, humming softly. You're up early, he said. So are you. She smiled shyly. He leaned on the counter. I want you to know something. She stopped kneading. I trust my son's judgment, Marcus said. And I trust yours. Whatever happens between the two of you, friendship, nothing more, something more, you don't owe me an explanation. Just be honest with each other. Maya's eyes glistened. I didn't expect you to be so understanding. I didn't expect to come home to someone who brought life back into this house, he said softly. She swallowed. I'm just doing my job. No, he said gently. You're doing far more. She blinked rapidly, then smiled. Thank you, Mr. Hale. Marcus, he corrected. She hesitated. Marcus. They shared a quiet moment, the kind filled with respect, not tension. Then Ethan burst into the kitchen, nearly slipping on the floor. Dad, Maya, I think I burned the first batch. Maya laughed, and something warm bloomed in Marcus's chest. Home, he realized, finally feels like home again. By the end of the month, the house smelled of bread and basil, laughter echoed in the halls, and the once lonely estate hummed again with life. Marcus didn't know what the future held for Ethan and Maya. But he had learned something more important. Sometimes a millionaire returns home expecting everything to be the same, and instead discovers that the best change is the one he never saw coming. And for the first time in 5 years, Marcus felt grateful. Not for the wealth, not for the deals, but for the unexpected, quiet miracle blossoming in his own kitchen.